Update time. Okay, so I finished Dark Matter, and it was so good. I flew through the last part of this book. It took so many ridiculous turns that I was, oh my gosh, like it was such a ride. I did mention in my last video that it reminded me of The Prestige. I still think it has a similar tone to it, even though it's definitely not the same thing at all. Or I mentioned that in my last reading blog. But anyway, this book was a wild ride. I had so much fun reading it and highly, highly recommend it. This is an instance where I actually feel like the hype matches the book. I'm really trying to convince Corey to read it. My birthday is in September, and every opportunity I have, birthdays, anniversaries, etc., I always forego a gift, and instead, as my gift, I ask Corey to read a book because he loves reading when he does it. He just doesn't do it. So I gave him the options to either read The Lies of Locke Lamora or Dark Matter, because even though The Lies of Locke Lamora is my favorite, like the Joan Bastard series is my favorite series, Dark Matter, I know Corey would love that one too, so I want to give him either one of those options, so we'll see what he chooses to read for my birthday. But man, I actually really wanted to film like a discussion video, but I don't know how I could do a review, because I don't know how I could spoiler-free discuss this book. And then a discussion video, I don't know how many people would actually be interested in that, because it would just basically just me being like, oh my gosh, and then this happened. It would just be a lot of shouting into the camera. I am 200 pages into the Shadow Rising, book 4 in the Wheel of Time series. I am really, really enjoying it. I still haven't trimmed my post-it notes. I'm really, 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 really enjoying this book. So much is happening. I mean, so much is happening. It has such a solid start where, you know, Robert Jordan loves his recaps. He's very repetitive with everything. So, not everything, with his descriptions and with like summarizing, here's what you missed, guys. So like you get that standard thing, but then like immediately things are moving. And Faile? What the fudge was that? I think that was like, I just read that. Faile is a butt. But in general, Matt's going crazy. I don't want to say too much. In general, there's going to be a lot to discuss about this book, because just the first 200 pages, so much has happened. Things are going down. I'm loving this book. That was an amazing catch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to add that, because I don't know if that would make you motion sick, but I just dropped the camera and caught it like a pro. I started Memoirs of a Geisha. I'm actually reading this on ebook right now, but I'm probably going to flip back and forth between ebook and physical. I'm already really consumed by this woman's story. I'm on the ebook, so I have to find my place. 60 pages in, so not very far, but she has such a captivating and interesting story, and the way that she's telling. I mean, I know that she's not the one that wrote this book, but she told her story to someone for them to write it for her, because she wanted her story to be written down, but she didn't want to tell the story. So I don't know how much I should credit the writing, but anyway, the way she formatted this story, the way she tells it, is in such like a blunt, direct, almost emotionless way, but in a way that drags in your emotions anyway. It's very interesting. I read like the note at the beginning of the book, and he said that he was keeping things exactly how she spoke them. So I don't know how much should be accredited either direction, but either way, the story is already really captivating me, and I'm scared to read her story because I have a feeling it's gonna hurt, but I'm very, very, very interested in what she has to say and what her life... Oh, I also started The Count of Monte Cristo. I forgot to grab that book. I knew I was forgetting something. I also started The Count of Monte Cristo. So I am like 100 pages into it probably. It's a really fast read. I mean, the writing style is pretty standard for classics, so if you've read any classics at all, it's not hard to read. But also, it's so easy to get lost into. I really don't know anything about this story. I've never watched the movie. I've never had a summary. I have no idea what I'm getting into. So as of right now, I'm just hanging out with this really nice guy that got screwed, and it's very interesting. Yeah, it's a really fast read. I'm hoping it'll continue that way because I'm kind of, that's another book that I'm just like, I want to just sit down and read a ton of it. So that's my halfway through the week check-in. Oh, check it out. I guess I'm about to show you the standard, you know, clips of my family. And my boy can drive a mower on his own. Have fun with that. Okay, it's late and I'm gonna be honest, I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna give you a super fast end of the week check-in before I drop. Count of Monte Cristo. Well, I guess the majority of this check-in is going to be about the Count of Monte Cristo because I am 400 pages into this book. It's really good. This book has consumed my week. It is so good. I don't even know. I'm for sure going to go into some in-depth thoughts in my classics wrap up this month, which will be up Thursday, I believe. Because, holy cow, dude. This book is so thrilling. It is so epic in scale for the number of characters and the intricacy of this story and this revenge plot. There are no words. I really want to read the last, like, 100 pages, 150 pages, like, tomorrow, and film my classics wrap up right after I finish it, because, wow. Wow. I have hardly made any progress in Memoirs of a Geisha, just under 100 pages. I really haven't been reading it this week because I've been so focused on the Count. But I will read more next week, I promise. And I am 348 pages into the Wheel of Time, so I've actually made more progress in the Wheel of Time than I thought I had. I thought that I had barely read any more of this since my last check-in, but I think I was 200 pages in my last check-in. So that's actually really good. I'm almost halfway, and I don't know why I keep showing you, I'm so tired. I'm almost halfway and I'm really enjoying this one. A lot of people say book 4 is when this series really takes off and really gets into its own and falls into its groove and like just plows forward, and you know, I'm not even halfway yet, but I'm feeling that for sure. This book just feels like it has its rhythm, and it really does feel like Robert Jordan like found his niche and his place with this story. It feels so much smoother and just, I don't know, like exactly where it's supposed to be, and I'm loving it. The story itself is so interesting and the characters are really coming into their own, and I'm sure there's going to be even more character growth as we go. I'm just really loving this book so much, and I could see myself being done with it by the end of the month, by my wrap-up. I could see this book being in my wrap-up, because it's hard not to pick back up. I'm really enjoying it. So, oh, also I started A Long Way to the Small and Angry Planet. I'm listening to that one on audiobook. I'm about a third of the way through. It's not a really long book. So what's funny is this is one of the buddy reads over on my Patreon, and I was just mentioning in the Discord that literally nothing has happened in this entire book, and yet I'm loving it. but I can't even say why because nothing has happened. But the different alien species and the way, like, their individual cultures and the way they're interacting with each other, the way this world is all just really fascinating to me. So I'm just really enjoying it for the culture that's built in this sci-fi world as opposed to for anything that's happening in the sci-fi world, because nothing's happening. So, okay, so there, now I'm done updating you on all the books that I'm currently reading. Be sure to chat with me more about any of these in the comments. I post videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.
Not the face, Manaya.